Today I'm going to show you some different approaches to playing cumbia on two congas. I'm not traditionally a cumbia player, but I've been playing a lot for the last kind of year and a half in a band called Los Chichanos, which plays Chicha, which is psychedelic cumbia, sort of fusion music from Peru in the 60s and 70s, which uses traditional cumbia, as well as things like salsa, psychedelic rock, surf rock, all in one. So my approach has kind of been drawn from listening to a lot of that material, as well as my own influences as a conga player and percussionist from specialising in Brazilian music. So the first part I'm going to show you is kind of a more traditional cumbia. It sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what's going on there? If you want to split it up into hands, you're basically just counting off quavers, eighth notes, with your dominant hand, with the slaps being on the pulse. So be like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the offbeats, we're doing an open tone in that same hand. So without the supporting hand, it sounds like this slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4, and stop. All you need to do now is add in another kind of close slap more in the middle of the drum. So if you're right-handed, that'd be your left, and vice versa for left-handed. So if you were to start off the pattern, it would sound like this, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's more of a traditional cumbia. I didn't use that all that often. There are moments where that's really useful. So in the band context, if we didn't have a bongo player, I would play that more. And if the track was slowing down and I wanted to push the tempo as the conga player, because that part is much more full and it's kind of driving, it's got a lot of energy. With the slaps, it kind of creates almost like an engine vibe of it's the swing, it's the feel, and that's what's going to drive it forward. This second part is the part that I used the most in my experience of playing with this one band. I think it works extra well when you've got a bongo player playing the martillo part, which is essentially what we just learned there. This adds another dimension of texture and melody within the percussion section, if that makes sense. It's more minimalist, a more minimalist part. You're essentially just playing on the offbeats only. Offbeats on 1 and 3 are just close slaps. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on the offbeats between 2 and 4, playing an open tone. So that would go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you've got two drums, you can throw in your other drum. One, two, three, 4. So as I mentioned, that's the part I used the most in the verses of the songs. Unless I needed to push the song or be the driving force, I would be playing this. If I needed to push the tempo or felt like it needed something else, I would play this other part. Or sometimes I would switch between the two as kind of a bit of variation. You will have noticed in that second part that I have the habit of marking the pulse with my fingers in my left hand. So 1, 2. That's just a habit, so I don't lose pulse, basically. As well as the fact that I'm moving all the time when I'm playing. I can't not move, especially to cumbia. It's just so danceable. But yeah, I find that extra thing just helps stabilize the rhythm. Up next is a part that you use in like the chorus of the song, where oftentimes you've got a cymbal sort of splash on the offbeat. The basic version of this is essentially keeping that more minimalist part going in your left hand on your quinto, if you've got your drums configured this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And all you need to do is add in your lower drum on the open tones. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's nice to have that low conga tone and the generally more bassy tones in the percussion section when the timbales or drum kit player goes to the sort of cymbal part. Up next is the sort of cumbia chorus part that I gravitated towards. I've not seen anyone else use this in cumbia because this comes more from my experience in playing Brazilian music. I didn't make that decision consciously, but it just happened. And your left hand on the quinto is staying on the offbeats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then your right hand on the conga, I'm going to be playing a slightly different part. To support this, I'm going to demonstrate it and break it down. But I'm just going to tap the quinto part on my thigh, just as a placeholder. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 1, 2. So breaking that down, I'm playing kind of a bass, just an open palm in the middle of the drum on beat 1, 3. Then the next note is kind of a double in that it's a slap and then a tone in sort of rapid succession. So bass on the downbeat, the slap on the last semiquaver, and then open tone on the 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to play that this time with the quinto part. I'm going to play it a little bit slower just to get the feel, and you can hear how the two parts work together. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you could hear, there's room in both of these hands to do variations. My favourite was generally adding in extra tones on the conga. So yeah, I can hear in retrospect the Brazilian influences in there, but this isn't an exhaustive list of parts, nor is it aiming to be kind of a traditional guide, but it's something that I've developed and sort of come to through my listening and playing of this music. I hope this video has been useful for you. I kind of made it because when I was asked to join this band 1.5 years ago, I looked around and couldn't find a whole lot of material on YouTube about conga playing in cumbia. I saw some bits and pieces, but nothing kind of that expanded my knowledge of the style. I'm hoping that this gives you some ideas about different parts that you can use in just one place. A lot of the videos I saw were just one part of the... There wasn't a lot of other stuff. And also, I hope it gives you some ideas about how to play and how the role of the conga player works in a band playing Cumbia Chicha, Psychedelic Cumbia, all these things. Be sure to stick around for other percussion tutorials and sort of videos about being a percussion player. It's kind of what I'm into. My name is Jordan. I'm a percussion player based in Glasgow, Scotland. And yeah,